respected elders, educationists, language scholars, dear teachers and dearest students, welcome. First of all, it is my kind request that those who have been subscribed our channel of Tirukkural and Science, may kindly subscribe it. Dear teachers and students, in the last class, we saw the first 5 couplets from 1 to 5 in chapter 1, Virtues. Today, we are going to see the remaining 5 couplets in chapter 1. That is a praise of nature. Let us say. Tirukkural, comments and explanations on the basis of science and virtue. I have given my explanations and comments basing virtue and on the basis of and science. Let us see. The 6th couplet. Let us see the 6th couplet. Those who subdue the 5 senses, overcome falsehood, and stand by morality, shall live long with virtuous head. See the couplet again. Those who subdue the 5 senses, overcome falsehood, and stand by morality, shall live long with virtuous head. Content, control of senses, and a disciplined moral life might bring a glory. It is the content of the poem of this couplet is control of senses and disciplined moral life might bring a glory. Explanation: people who overcome the mean desires of the 5 senses and lead a moral life without falsehood shall live long with fame and name. It is, again, those who overcome the desires of these 5 senses, and lead a true virtuous moral life. Those who control their 5 senses and lead a moral life defined by virtues shall live long with fame and name. This is the message of the 6th poem. That is the message the 6th poem gives, the 6th couplet gives us is control of senses and disciplined moral life might bring us a glory. Let us move to the seventh couplet. Unless we bow to the unparalleled sense, unless we bow to the unparalleled sense, we can't overcome our anxiety by due sense. Unless we bow to the unparalleled sense, we can't overcome our anxiety by due sense. What is the message? Let us see the content. Anxiety would never touch the man who leads virtuous life. Anxiety, temptation would never touch the man, would never hurt the man who leads a virtuous life. That is, if we lead a virtuous life, anxiety, that is a temptation, can't touch us. This is the message the seventh couplet tells us. Explanation. The sixth sense, that is the reasoning power. The sixth sense, reasoning power, is superior to all other five senses. That is, the reasoning power is superior to all other five senses. It is unparalleled. That is, reasoning power is unparalleled. The mind is the father of this sixth sense. Our mind is the father of the sixth sense. That is reasoning power, rationalizing power. So, unless we respect the mind and act by it, unless we respect the mind, our mind, and act by it, we cannot get rid of our anxiety. We cannot get rid of our temptation. See, temptation is the worst feeling. It could take us to any level. It could damage our image to the worst level. So we should learn to make use of our sense and control our anxiety and temptation. Once again, let us see the couplet. Unless we bow to the unparalleled sense, we can't overcome our anxiety by due sense. That is, anxiety would never touch the man who leads virtuous life. If we lead a virtuous life, anxiety and temptation can't come near us, can't near us. This is the message of the seventh couplet. Let us move to the eighth one. Unless we surrender to our virtuous heart, unless we surrender to our virtuous heart, the sea of life we can swim not. The sea of life we can swim not. Heart not. See? Unless we surrender to our virtuous heart, the sea of life we can swim not. That is, if we want to swim the life, the ocean of life, we should learn to respect our heart. What is the message? Content. Virtue is the boat to cross the sea of vice. Again, content. Virtue is the boat to cross the sea of vice. If we want to cross the sea of vice, we should use the boat virtue. Virtue is the right kind of boat to cross the sea of vice, the sea of evil. Explanation. By nature, human heart is filled with a lot of virtues. By nature, naturally, human heart is filled with a lot of virtues. It is like a sea of virtues. Human heart is like a big sea of virtues. We should obey our heart and lead a virtuous life. We should respect our heart, our feelings, noble feelings, and lead a virtuous life, and lead a moral life by it. Then only we could eradicate the evils mingled in human life. If we want to eradicate the evils mingled in our life, we should lead a moral life. Again, see the explanation. By nature, human heart is filled with a lot of virtues. It is like a sea of virtues. We should obey our heart and lead a virtuous life led by it. Then only we could eradicate the evils mingled in human life. Yes. If we want to overcome all the woes and worries and vices and evils, we should lead a virtuous life. We should use virtue as the boat to cross the sea of evil. Unless we surrender to our virtuous heart, the sea of life, we can swim not. Dear students, let us see the ninth couplet. Those who surrender not to the eightfold excellent nature, those who surrender not to the eightfold excellent nature, are as senseless senses, sense due feature. Those who surrender not to the eightfold excellent nature are as senseless senses, sans a due feature. Sans means without. Content. Leading a virtuous life only is wisdom. What is wisdom? Leading a virtuous life alone is wisdom. Who is a wise man? The man who leads a virtuous life is a wise man. So, leading a virtuous life only is wisdom, not other things. Explanation. Nature possesses 8 glorious attributes. Nature possesses 8 glorious attributes. The man who does not understand such a glorious nature, the man who does not understand such a glorious nature and does not follow its nature, the man who does not understand such a glorious nature and does not follow its nature is useless as a sense without the power of sensation. The man who does not understand the glorious nature and does not follow its nature is useless as a sense without the power of nature. The man who does not understand the glorious nature is like the sense, like one of our five senses without a sensation, like our senses without sensation. If there is a sense, there should have sensation. If there is sense without sensation, what is the use of the sense? Nothing. So if you are having sense, we should understand the laws. Framed by nature. The laws framed by nature. So we should respect the laws of nature. So okay. Again, let us see the couplet. Those who understand not to the eightfold excellent nature are as senseless senses sense due feature. Leading a virtuous life only is wisdom. Let us see the 10th couplet. Those who make out nature, those who make out means understand. Those who make out nature, understand nature, can swim the sea of birds. Those who make out nature can swim the sea of birds. Others can't do that words. Those who make out nature can swim the sea of birds. Others can't do that words. For rhythms, verse. What is the content? Virtuous life alone could successfully cross the sea of life. Our human life is a big ocean. If you want to cross that ocean, that sea, we should lead a virtuous life. Yes? Virtuous life alone could successfully cross the sea of life. Explanation. People who understand the mystery of nature, respect it, and stand in its way, could successfully swim the problems mingled sea of birds. People who understand the mystery of nature, respect it, and stand in its way, could successfully swim the problems mingled sea of birds. That is a human birth. Is problem mingled one. If we want to overcome the problems, we should understand nature and lead a life framed by nature. Others, people who understand the mystery of nature, respect it, and stand in its way, could successfully swim the problems mingled sea of others. That is, those who are not following it, those who disregard the commands of nature, those who disregard the commands of nature, should suffer in the hands of the self-created obstacles and problems. So those who respect nature should lead a successful life, should cross the sea of life successfully. But those who disregard the commands of nature might suffer in the hands of the self-created obstacles and problems. Self-created obstacles and problems. So, respected elders, teachers, and students, learn to respect nature and the noble laws framed by nature. If you lead a life following the laws of nature, we could successfully and rightly cross the sea of life. Okay, thus we have seen, today we have seen the 5 couplets from 6th to 10th. In the last class, we saw the first 5 couplets. See, I have given my comments for the first chapter. That is for the first chapter, the praise of nature. Let us see my comments. The praise of nature. Comments, my comments. Nature is the mother of all living and non-living things. That is the mother of all things, whether living or non-living. Nature is our mother. Nature has framed important rules for its living beings. Nature has framed important rules for its living beings. All other living things follow these rules and live peacefully. Except man, all other living beings follow the laws, follow the rules framed by nature and live peacefully and successfully. But man alone disobeys the rules of nature and hence suffers. Man alone disobeys the rules of nature and hence suffers. Here we have to remember the Paradise Lost of John Milton. It is how Eve disobeys the words of Adam. Eve disobeys the order of the advice of Adam and brings woes and worries, sorrows and sufferings to the earth. That is, even though it is a mythology, even though it is simply a mythology, I had to cite it here because the greatest poet, John Milton, tells us how woes and worries, sorrows and sufferings were brought to the earth. He explains in this way the Paradise Lost. Dear students and teachers, thus we have seen the messages that the sage, the greatest sage, Vallabhan gives us in the first chapter of Virtues. Here I have given my couplet. Worship sincerely divine nature. Worship sincerely divine nature. Pave right ways for the generation future. Worship sincerely divine nature. Pave right ways for the generation future. Yes, it is our part to create right paths, right roads for our future generation, for those who are to come after us. Okay? Now, respected elders, educationists, language scholars, dear teachers and dearest students, thus, even though we have seen only 5 couplets here, the messages, these 5 couplets give us is very great, very large. Let us understand the message of these 5 couplets, that is, and let us respect nature, let us respect our heart, let us respect virtue, and lead a moral, honest life. if we live an honest life, we should be living forever and forever as our forefathers like Buddha the Great, Socrates the Great, Jesus the Great, Nabi Noah the Great, Abraham Lincoln the Great, Gandhiji the Great, Mother Teresa the Great. Yet, so many people of the past days have lived respecting nature, respecting virtue. That's why today we are speaking about them. So, particularly, the future, the king of future days, the kings of future days, dearest students, I not only kindly but humbly request you, dear students, learn to lead a virtuous and honest life. In the next class, we will see the second chapter in the Quran. Till then, I wish all of you a very nice and sweet time. Thank you.